CeeFashion Academy for male and female. Plenty style for different garments. Anywhere you dey, no be wahala.
Okay, welcome to today's class. In today's class, we'll be making a princess cup. For those of us that doesn't even know what a princess cup is, princess cup is a type of cup. Like what I'm bringing out now is a type of princess cup. Now let me open this. This is a cloth that I actually made for a customer. Now if you're looking at this cup here, you notice that from this joining went directly to the armhole side. So any cup you see that goes exactly to the armhole side or around that region is actually called what? A princess cup. But if it goes to the neck region, this is not a princess cup, it's mostly a straight dart cup or breast cup. Hope that one is well understood. Okay, so let me remove it. Now, okay, let me still explain more. Now, if you notice now, you will see on this very blouse now that it has three sections in front. That is the section A, section B, and section C. So in this case now, we are going to cut the front part all together. Then after cutting the front part, we now use it and duplicate the back part, thereby removing the word cup nature of the front part. I hope you understand. Okay, so we are going to cut the front part. Okay, let's start. Now, but before we start cutting anything, we should first of all call out the required measurements. So the required measurements are shoulder, which is 14, round bust, which is 34, bust line, which is 9 inches, round under bust, which is what, 30 inches, round under bust line, which is 12 inches, half length, which is 15 inches, nipple to nipple, which is 7 inches. Please, this nipple to nipple here, I have the chart, like depending, considering any kind of bust, I have the chart. So if actually you need the chart, just comment in the comment section. I will give you the chart. Okay. Now for the cup formation, this is just the figure that we get from a cup formation chart. We usually use this figure to form our upper and the lower dart. It is only the upper and lower dart that forms cup. That's just it. No cup that doesn't have upper and lower dart. With the upper and lower dart, it forms a cup. Okay, now let's start. First of all, the first thing you do while cutting any kind of style is what? You fold. And you fold with something. You fold with a measurement. Now we are folding with what? Considering our what? Shoulder. This is the simplest method. This is my own method. Now we are folding considering the word shoulder. Now the shoulder is 14 inches. So that means what we are actually going to fold is what? 14 inches, which are folded already. See what I mean by folding? Now we finish folding. Next thing we do is what? Cut out our is to mark out our measurement points. Now what are those measurement points? Let's start from shoulder to nipple point. But before we start marking any shoulder to nipple point, please, there's something that must be done. Please, we should first of all step down with what? Half inch. Please, this half inch is very, very necessary. We are not starting from this edge exactly. We are stepping down with half inch. This half inch is for shoulder joining. Is for what? Shoulder joining, so that it will not affect our cup. It will not affect our half length. Okay. Now after that is when you can proceed to marking out your what? Measurement points. Okay. Our measurement points. Our bust point is 9 inches. Okay. Bust line is 9 inches. Mark out 9 inches. Under bust is what? 12 inches. Mark it out. Then half length is what? 15 inches. Mark it out. Then after you have done that, use your rule to connect. Just rule it down. This is for better understanding. Okay, now we are done with the measurement points. But there's still something else remaining. Next thing is what? The nipple to nipple. Now let's mark out the nipple to nipple. Please, I've explained this thing several in my previous videos. Nipple to nipple is just the distance between the two nipples. So this nipple to nipple, for bust of 34. The nipple to nipple is what? 7 inches. But we are not just going to mark out 7 inches because we folded our material into 2. Rather, we are going to divide the 7 inches by 2, which is what? 3.5. So you should be marking what? 3.5. But we still need our half-inch allowance. That is what? Seam allowance, making it up to what? 4 inches. Okay, let's mark it out. 4 inches. 4 inches. Okay, 4 inches. Now, after marking this one out now, the next thing we have to do now is what? We are still on the process. See, this next stage now is the stage of forming the dart, and this is the most crucial stage. Do you understand? So, in order for us to form the dart, we need to have some points marked out already. So those points are the shoulder, the person's shoulder. Okay, now the shoulder is what? 14 inches. Now 14 divided by 2, because we are folding it into 2, is what? 7 inches. Now let's mark out the 7 inches. From here, mark out the 7 inches. Now when you mark it out, please call it point 1. Point 1. Are you seeing it? Now the next point now, we are going to mark out 3 points, which is point 1, point 2, and point 3. And we've marked out point 1. Point 1 is just the shoulder divided by 2. Now, point 2 is shoulder divided by 4. Remember, point 1 is shoulder divided by 2. Point 2 is what? Shoulder divided by 4. Now, the shoulder, which is 14 divided by 4, is going to give us what? 3.5. And that 3.5, mark it from here. Now, immediately after marking it out, name it what? Point 2. Now, we are going to mark out our point 3. How do we get our point 3? Point 3, we get it as in, we have a chart for it. For any kind of bust. Do you understand? We have a chart for it. For any kind of bust, for any kind of under bust. Now, but for this particular measurement we are using now, do you understand? For this particular bust we are using now, the curve formation figure should be 2 inches. That is for the dart. Please, 2 inches. Now, from here, mark out 2 inches and name it what? Point 3. Okay. Now, after you finish marking this thing out now, next thing you need to do is what? Connect point 2 and point 3 to the what? Nipple point. Let's connect it. Okay. As you're looking at it now, you know that this is actually a dart. That is why I said, for any cup to exist, it must surely have 2 darts. That is the upper dart and the what? Lower dart. The upper dart is usually situated what? Around the what? Shoulder line. Shoulder line. This one now you are seeing now is the upper dart. And we just formed it now with this process. Okay, now we are going to put the lower dart now. The lower dart now is usually at the what? Under bust line. Now for us to put the lower dart now, please note, the same 2 inches we used here, we also use it at the what? Under bust. Now, but these 2 inches has to be shared. It has to be shared both sides. That means this side and this side. But note something. Sharing it doesn't have to be equal. Remember, 2 inches. All we need to do is what? Give this side 1.5. Give this side from this point, from this nipple point, give it what? 1.5. Please do the same thing to the down part here. Give it what? 1.5. Now, next thing you do is to also give this side what? Half. The remaining half. The same thing to here. The remaining half. Are you seeing it? Now, when you put your tape like this, you notice that it is exactly 2 inches, exactly what we used here. Then this same place, 2 inches. Okay. Now, after that, use your rule and connect. After you finish connect, okay, let's also connect here. Okay, now there is one last connection, and that connection doesn't have to be done with a straight rule. Rather, it has to be done with kind of a curve, a French curve, or we can also use our free hand. Okay, let me work with free hand. Now connecting it might not be perfect because of how my position is not perfect. Okay. Okay, this is it. So we are almost done. Now next thing to do is what? To impute the what? Body measurements. Now we have our body measurements. We have our round bust. We have our round under bust. Now let's start with round under bust. Round under bust is what? Round under bust is 30 inches. Now 30 inches divided by 4 is what? 7.5. Please, while putting this, see what you will do. On the under bust line, when you measure, please don't just put 7.5. Are you seeing it? Don't just put 7.5 and put your allowance. It will affect you because there is this kind of dart here, and this dart you are seeing here, if you don't consider it, you have no allowance. Even though you've added allowance, it will eat up your allowance, so you must consider it. Now how do you consider it? Under bust divided by 4 is what? 7.5. Yeah, mark out your 7.5. It's normal. When you mark it out, next thing you do is what? You see this particular dart here, how many inches? 2 inches. Mark it again, 2 inches. Just put it back, 2 inches. Then after you add your what? Body allowance, that is what? 3 inches. I'm using 3 inches. That's what I normally use. Okay. Now you've gotten 3 inches. For me, what I just do is what? I don't see. Let me tell you the truth. You might be surprised hearing this, but this is a secret. It's a secret, but I'm giving it out to you now. It's no longer a secret. For me, what I just do after getting the under bust is just take my rule and rule it straight. Now, for me, after doing this, you can just cut. You can just take your scissors, cut this one out, cut this one out. Do you understand? Now, if you still want me to explain this for you, because obviously we didn't make use of our bust, but now let's just put our bust and see what happens. Let's put the bust measurement and see what happens. Okay, now the bust measurement is what? Round bust is 34. 34 divided by 4 should be 8.5. Now let's mark out 8.5. 8.5. Now remember we are using 3 inches body allowance. Me, I like making it equal. If I use 3 inches here, I must surely use 3 inches here. Okay, let's use the 3 inches body. Now you're seeing now, ordinarily, most people will connect like this. Are you seeing it? Most people will do what? Connect like this, and they connect it like this. Most people will connect like, okay, let me connect it like this. But I didn't do that. Why? This is because I've done so many research. I can't say everything now because this actually I'm working on time. Do you understand? This is a video. But you can also comment on the comment section below. I can be able to tell you why I didn't use that method. Rather, from under bust I ruled straight. Do you understand? Okay. I've noticed in so many ways that after some persons might have finished sewing a cloth, they even added allowance. At the end of the day, they still complain that the cloth is very too tight. Do you understand? So I experimented and found out many things. So I always decided to, even if you are measuring your bust, after measuring, still add what? 1 inches allowance to it. So adding that 1 inches allowance to it, or from under bust ruling straight, they are all just the same thing. I don't know how to explain this thing like in a way that you understand it very, very well. But you can also comment on the comment section below. Do you understand? I will be able to like give more and more explanation. Now, after we finished marking, all you need to do is do what? Cut out. Because see, looking at it now, this is section B, and this part is the what? Section A and A, C. Okay, just cut it out. Okay, this is it after cutting it out. But please, there's still one thing you have to do. Never you forget this. Always notch. Notch at the what? Under bust point. You can also notch at the bust point, but please, it is very much important to notch at the what? Under bust point. Okay, That is it. We are done with cutting the front part of the princess cup. Now look at it now. When you place it like this, you understand better. That is it. The princess cup. That is it. Some of us might be surprised. Why am I not seeing the neck? Please, the process I cut my princess cup, I don't just put the neck immediately. It is after the initial journey that I trim out, thereby putting my neck and armhole. That's how I do it. So thank you very much. I believe that in my next class, I'll be able to teach you how to use this front to actually get the back part of the princess cup. Thank you very much. Please don't fail to like, don't fail to comment, and don't fail to subscribe so that you can be able to receive our future videos. Thank you very much.